What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel. On this Sunday, we're going to be reviewing Stranger Things Season 5, Part 1, because it's coming out in 3 different parts. It's the final season of Stranger Things. I've been watching this show for God knows how long now.
2016. Did you watch it when it first came out?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I'm joined here tonight by a lovely lady. And Dante is going to be joining us soon as well. He's supposed to be here right now, but he's running late. But we are here with one half of Force of Light Entertainment. Michelle is here. Hello, Michelle. Hold on.
Hello, good to be
I have
back.
I have clapping sounds. Hold on. Here we go. Michelle. Woo! Yes. Michelle is here. Stranger Things Season 5.
I'm so pumped. It was like Christmas Eve.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, it was kind of like that because they dropped it on Thanksgiving. They're doing it really like cool in a way because it's like Thanksgiving and then
Christmas Eve
and then New Year's.
Yes.
They're just giving all of us the entertainment. But before we get started, I guess for those that don't know, please introduce yourself and your channel, where people can find you, and tell people about your experience with Stranger Things and how much you love it or hate it.
Okay. Yes. As she said, I'm one half of Forceful Entertainment. My sister and I, Natalie, we do movie reactions, first time movie. In fact, as long as it doesn't get blocked again, it was supposed to come out today. Our reaction to episode 4 of Stranger Things should be out tomorrow. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
But yes, we do movie, TV reactions, and movie and TV reviews. So definitely go check us out at Forceful Entertainment. But as far as Stranger Things, I have loved Stranger Things. I was one of those, I think I was like a month late to the party back in 2016. Natalie watched it first, is like, you should watch this. I fell in love with it immediately and have been one of those, I can tell you where I was when each season came out. Like, I'm like, yes, like it is
You're
here. It's really for me been like the closest thing growing up like a Star Wars fan and loving Star Wars so much throughout my life until Disney totally messed it up. It's been like the only thing like that for me, where I get that level of excited and pumped to watch. So I've really enjoyed even the seasons 2 and 3 being the weaker ones for me. Like they still have some episodes that I think are phenomenal, and I still enjoy them. So it's been my favorite show of the last 10 years, basically.
Wow, that's really cool. I have mixed feelings about Stranger Things because I absolutely loved the first season. I thought it was just something special, you know. It had never really been done, and then I feel like after they did it, everybody else was like, "Yeah, let's do 80s." Like, you know, everybody loved that show, Stranger Things, so let's all do the same thing, and it kind of became a little stale. So, and not that that's Stranger Things' fault, but it's like it's kind of like, you know how we've talked about this before with Tom, you know how like Scream did the thing and then everybody was like, let's be like Scream, and then it's just, it kind of like ruined like horror genre for a bit. I feel like it's the same thing with Stranger Things, but in a little bit of a different way, because like I said, I loved it, but I'm in the camp that thinks season 1 should have been a one and done. Now, not that I didn't enjoy the rest of it, because every season that's come out, I've enjoyed watching it. But I just think that if they had done a one and done, it would have been like just a perfect thing with like that'll become like a cultural thing that everybody loves like forever. But now everybody's making fun of it, including myself, because the kids just grew up way too much for the final seasons. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah, some of that I do blame Netflix for not having contracts with their actors where it's first priority and you're coming back at this time, like you signed up for this first. So I find that a Netflix and streaming problem, and it is annoying.
Yeah, sure. And I think, to be fair to them, also there was a bit of a hiatus due to the writer strike. I think that was around 2020-ish. So
well, you had the season 4 was postponed a year by COVID. And
Correct.
season 5 was almost postponed a full year between the writers and actors strike.
Right. See, those kind of things kind of contributed to the delay of the show being made. And I think that that's why I kind of am a little bit forgiving of it, because it was external things that were kind of stopping it from being recorded right away so that the actors don't look so different. But that's just some of the things that I found a little bit jarring about this season. Obviously, they had to de-age Will in the first shot, and that was I was like, "Oh my god, that is a mess." Like, it looked so bad. And then the other scene was like the ones with when they're in high school and the one kid is getting bullied. I forget it. I forget all
Oh,
their names.
Dustin.
Dustin, yeah, Dustin's getting bullied, and I was like, he looks like he's 20, like, and he's getting bullied. I like like, you guys are no longer like high school kids. It's so jarring when you see that. And those are the things that I'm kind of a little bit like, oh, it just kind of
Hey,
a
they're
little
younger than the Euphoria cast that's supposed to be in high school.
shit. Yeah, that's true. Michelle, it's not like it has never happened before, because we used to make fun of this too, like in 90210, right? They were supposed to be like seniors in high school, and like what's his name? Perry. Luke Perry was like in his 30s, and he was like, like a high school student, but he looked really good for his age. So it was like, well, we buy it. He's hot,
Yeah.
whatever, But this one is so jarring because you've seen them
So
grow
little.
up. Yeah, like they were so little, and then you're just seeing them like in 90210, it's not as jarring because you're seeing them when they're old, like they're
Yes.
supposed to be seniors. Whereas in then this one, they're so little when you start, and then by the time they're older, it's like, oh, this is supposed to be within the span of like a year, but it just doesn't look right. You're like, oh, how long is this supposed to be? Does the time stop in this world? But it doesn't really, because
They ate their Wheaties.
yeah, now, for me, the order of the season so far, mind you, the season 5 hasn't gone out, is season 1, obviously,
Yes.
and then season 4,
4.
yes, and then 3, and then 2, and then this one right now, because I'm not gonna put this one in a place yet.
Yeah, I'm not rating it right
I'm
now.
not ready yet. Yeah, it needs to be out fully before we can fully judge it, but so far, not bad.
Mhm.
Uh, there's still a lot of discussion that needs to be made. I think, I mean, there's a lot of discourse going on about it online. We need to talk about. But also, like, there was a couple things where I was like, they made that choice, huh? I want to talk about that with you.
Oh, I have a
So,
feeling I might know what it is.
oh, tell me, what do you think it is? Like, tell me your theory.
Okay, you wanna know my biggest gripe? My
Go
biggest
ahead.
and then we can get into what I really like, because overall, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, me
My
too.
biggest gripe is they've really now leaned into with Robin and Will, like Will, being gay, and I'm just gonna be frank with this. In a small town in Indiana in 1980 something, the fact that in a small group of people, there's not 1 but 2 gay kids that are out of the closet is like not that just didn't happen.
No.
It did not happen.
And I would say if you're gonna bully anybody, it would have to be the gay kid if in the
Yeah.
80s. So it's like they're bullying Dustin, but now it doesn't make any sense because Dustin's like the cool kid that's like the grunge kid. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, they wouldn't bully the grunge kid though. They would bully the gay kid.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
but not,
yeah, so my point is if they were gonna go that route, which Netflix almost enforces that upon writers
yeah.
at this point, then
Mhm.
there should have just been 1.
Yeah, there should have just
I
been
stand by
one.
that.
And I agree, there should have just been one, and also there should have been more of an uneasy feeling when it comes to, like, coming out as gay, because it
Yes.
just doesn't
Yep.
make sense to me that everyone's like, "Oh, you're gay? That's totally cool." Like, it's not 2025, it's the '80s, and people who came out of the closet, it was usually very hush hush. And
Yes.
sometimes even their closest friends had a little bit of a problem with it. Like, they were like, "Oh, okay, like, I love you, but I'm gonna need some space." Like,
Well,
like, I
and
need
then
to I need
And
to
then I'm
think
just kinda
about
interested on where they're gonna go with this because you definitely have this scene where he kind of, like, is a little like, Robin observes him with Mike, and it's just like,
Mhm.
I really hope they don't do anything with that because it's like Mike is
No.
straight as an arrow, so why would we do that?
I actually am a little bit annoyed about all the discourse online about the shipping of Will and Mike because it's so clear. I mean, it's been clear since season 1
He
that
loves Elle.
yes, Mike loves Elle. Mike and Elle are a thing. They've been a
Yes,
thing for since season 1, and all their group, like the group knows that they're a
yes.
thing. Like, so it's like Will is not gonna go and be like, oh, so,
I'm
like,
gay now.
Mike yeah, like, Mike, hey, what's up, bro? Like, I'm kinda into you, like, you into you like, it's like, "No, bro, like, no." It's and even if they're doing it like an unrequited love kinda thing, I it's uncomfortable. I don't
It
like
is
it.
uncomfortable.
I
It
don't like
is.
it.
That's my
And
biggest critique of this season thus far.
they're doing but also they're doing, like, what's it called? The unrequited love well, not unrequited love, but, like, the love triangle thing. They're doing it still with,
I get what you're saying.
Robin and the other 2 dudes, Steve and what was the other
Oh,
guy's
oh, no, no, you
Jonathan?
mean Nancy and
Nan
Steve and,
Nancy and Steve and
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Like, they're still doing that, so it's like, "Okay, we already have this love triangle thing going on. You
Yes.
don't need to do a love triangle with Will and, like, fucking Elle, and it's just and it's unnecessary. We already have that trope." And I don't even think they're
I mean,
doing it. I
it
honestly don't even think they're doing it. I
it
think that's a lot of projection going on with the
it is
shippers.
projection, but if you're Will, do you really wanna mess with 11th man? I'm just asking.
Well, you know
Girl
what,
has
though?
a temper.
I mean, after the last episode, maybe you do, because apparently Will, has got some aces up his sleeve that, we're all waiting for it to happen. I mean, I knew that was coming.
I did
Um,
too.
yeah.
They set it up.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
so do you want me to talk
totally
about
set
what
it
I've
up.
enjoyed?
Yes, let's go
Uh,
into what you enjoyed. But before we do, love all you guys in the chat. Thank you for being here. We got over 130 people watching right now across all 3 platforms. Make sure you smash the like, share the stream, all that good stuff. Hopefully Dante will join us soon. But okay, what did you enjoy? Go ahead.
Okay, I have really enjoyed the season. Overall, my only little nitpicks and gripes were what we just discussed.
Mhm.
I feel like they use GD like a little abnormal amount. Like I just feel like for most part, like and they because they won't say F, they won't use the F word they've never used the F
Oh,
word. I
oh,
mean,
okay.
I don't know. I just feel like kids, if they're gonna cuss, they're gonna use the F word. They don't throw out GD all the time.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
true.
know. It's very true.
I
Who
think well,
who
I maybe like in the 80s, I don't know what they use in the 80s. I
I
I
don't feel
don't
like
know.
kids just went around saying GD in the 80s.
I don't know. I don't remember.
But
I
that's
wasn't like a teen in the 80s. I was a baby, so I don't really know what they were saying. But
oh, I
see, it
think
would
they're
have
just
helped if
doing it
Dante was here right now
I think they're just doing it because they can't use the F word. That's, like, in the contract.
because
So
I see. Okay, maybe you can help me out with this because I remember that was the other thing that I kind of like. I was like, what's going on with this show? Because in season 1, I felt like in season 1 they were going like more of the adult route. Like it wasn't supposed to be a PG-13 show. Like it was supposed to be a horror like adult show. And then now it's like they're saying like it's for PG-13, it's supposed to be for kids. And I'm like, I never saw Stranger Things as a story for kids. Like it's about kids, but I
yeah.
never thought it was like I thought it was gonna be like it, like in it.
See, I
It's
don't think it's near as R as it. I do think it's if you go back and watch season 1, it is a PG-13 horror that still has a lot of humor, a lot of lightheartedness, that is really because that's what I love about it. That this show and that's why I think I so accurately last season called No Major Deaths, and I'm really hoping that I'm gonna be shocked if there's some
there's
massively
gonna
big
be one. There's gonna be one. There
Mhm.
has to be because I mean it's season 5. It's the last one. There's gotta be stakes.
I mean, there's gotta be stakes, but at the end of the day, it's like this show, what it was made, what it was inspired by, and they even spoke about this even for this season. They even literally brought up Lost Boys, things like Lost Boys, Goonies, Star Wars,
Mm.
and what happens at the end of all those movies? The
Happy
good
ending.
guys live happy ever after,
Yeah.
as Mike brings up to 11 in the show. So
Yeah.
it's not gonna bother me if they don't kill. In fact, I don't want them to kill someone at this point. Like, I love these characters. Like, let someone else die.
I feel
Um,
like they're gonna kill either Jonathan or what's his name,
it needs to
Steve.
be Jonathan then, because I like Steve too much.
I feel like that's the only way they're gonna get away from that love
I vote
triangle.
Jonathan.
I vote Jonathan too because I like Steve a lot.
Steve is
But
so much better. If they kill Steve, like, we riot at 10, It's just
yeah.
like, no, you don't kill
But
Steve.
but if you look at their poster, they do have Steve like front and center in the poster. So I feel like, ooh, that might be giving a little bit of a hold on,
I
let me see
think
if I
they
can
know
pull
we'll
up the
kill
poster.
we riot.
I feel like they're saying maybe Steve's gonna die because it's like they're giving him like the top billing of the poster. Let's see if I can find that poster.
Yeah, if they mess with Steve, like, I riot.
I know
Riot.
that's how I kind of feel. But see, now I know like they're not gonna kill Will because I
No, they're
mean,
not gonna kill Will, and I don't think they're gonna kill Hopper. They have played that up so many times with you thought he was
thank
dead in 3. You
you.
can't do it again.
I mean, that was one of my gripes. I mean, there's been a couple of gripes that I've had because I've been like,
But
they've
do you know
done
what
this
I think it
already. Why
is?
are you
I think
doing
we
this
gotta wait
again?
on that one because I've got a theory on that. I feel like Hopper, his character evolvement he needs to understand, yes, you're there to protect Elle like you could it to your daughter, your Sarah, but, like,
Yeah.
he needs to have, like, that moment of, like, the end of Frankenstein, like, you gotta choose life, man. Like, we gotta live.
Yeah.
Like, she needs you to live. So,
This
like,
is
let's stop
I
trying to
just found
sacrifice yourself.
I just found this poster, but this is not the one I was thinking of. There's
There's
another
several of
one.
them.
Oh, yeah, there's one with Jonathan or not Jonathan, the other guy, Steve is like the center. And I was like, well, but now see that theory goes to hell if there's like multiple posters. So
There's
who cares?
multiple posters.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, back into things that I liked about this season. I've really enjoyed this season. It took me maybe 15, 20 minutes to get in the feel of this new season because it was very different. Because typically with Stranger Things, there's a pattern, right? Things
Mhm.
begin to happen. There's one group that begins to figure things out. There's multiple groups and they don't come together till towards the end.
Mhm.
Where in this season, they're all in it together. Like, this is different.
Pretty early. Yeah.
Yes, and, but I was so glad that we had just reacted to Poltergeist because that was
Mm.
clearly the inspiration here, like, hardcore, at the end of episode 1 and at the beginning of episode 2.
Mhm.
Um, I loved because I love Mrs. Wheeler. I've been waiting for Mrs. Wheeler to have, like, a moment, and I feel they totally gave her that mama bear moment.
Oh,
I feel like
okay.
that was a nod to Aliens.
Yes.
What is the famous line, "Aliens, leave her alone, bitch,"
Ripley.
or something like that?
Oh,
That
yeah,
Ripley
yeah.
says?
Yes. Like she's like, "Stay away from her, you bitch," or
Yes,
whatever.
I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that was a direct nod to
I
that. "Stay
agree.
away from my
I agree.
daughter."
I agree.
Um, I loved that. Really, what I love about this show, and it continues to hold true even in this first part, we talk so much. I mean, we talked on Toxic Femme, different things, about one of the biggest issues, say, a company like Disney has with their shows they put on their streaming services. There's no hooks at the end of each episode.
Mm.
Each episode has a hook at the end of it that you're like, dang, like, I need to see what goes on next.
Mhm.
Whether it's Holly being taken, whether it's Max appearing, whether it's Will with his powers, like, each episode has like a powerful hook to make you want to
Mhm.
go to the next episode. So I've really enjoyed that. I just, as a Stranger Things fan, I love these characters. Like, I
Mhm.
love being with them. I love being in this world. So I've enjoyed that aspect. I also, and go back to again, kind of comparing it to Star Wars. I have said, like, where they left, I've been immersed in, like, videos of, like, the lore and things, and I feel like the Duffers have done such a good job of creating such, like, great backstories and lore for this television show, like, something like we haven't seen in a long time from
Mhm.
creators. I just think you can tell with this show how much the Duffer brothers, almost like going back to like a George Lucas, how
Mhm.
much they care about this show and have thought things through. And I
Mhm.
just think that's evident when you watch it.
Yeah, and we're joined by Dante. Hi. Good
Hey
to
guys,
see
sorry I'm
you.
late. Our power went out for a little while, so
Oh, no,
That's
it's
not
okay.
good.
yeah, I wasn't sure if it's going to cut back on, but thankfully it
Did
did.
it start like blinking and shit?
You know,
Like,
The lights.
it
are,
did for a minute, and I was a little concerned, but yeah, no mind
oh,
flare or anything crazy
No
like
Demi
no,
that.
came for
no,
you.
no demigorgons like, coming
Yeah,
out for
nothing
you, no?
exciting. Probably just because it's snowing now, and
Mm.
I guess I got to get used to this shit now. So
Yeah, you do. I got Christmas nails today, right before the show, so
oh, so
I'm
you're feeling
ready.
festive, huh?
I'm ready. It's
I
and
like
then
it.
next week, I'm telling Michelle next week this whole thing is gonna be all Christmas. So
Nice. You know what though? I
yeah,
appreciate that. I like when people celebrate the holidays
I do too.
yeah,
or
excited.
Christmas. Damn it, Christmas,
Yeah,
Yeah,
not the
Christmas.
Christmas.
holidays.
And even my gopher from Caddyshack has his Santa hat on.
Oh my god, I love it. Hold
Look
on,
at
let's
that.
zoom in on you. Look at
Yeah.
you got the baby Yoda dressed up as
Yeah.
Santa. It's so cute. I love it. I love it. Oops, that's not the right screen. Okay. So Dante, we've been just kind of like talking about what we like, what we didn't like. I still have to go through like the stuff I did not like and I liked. But there's definitely some points that I want to make. But what did you think overall? I guess start before we get into this part.
Mhm.
Share with everyone like what your experience is with Stranger Things, like how much do you like it, like what type of show, like how much of a favorite show it is for you, and then for this season specifically, like what do you think so far, and just give us a lowdown.
Okay, yeah, I have always loved this show, so I've been a big fan. Even though people talk how bad they say that season 2 or was it 2 or 3? One
Two.
of the 2 they said was really bad.
Yeah.
Even those I still loved. So
Yes,
Mhm.
I found my boy.
yeah,
Yes.
I mean I've been a fan of the show, and honestly, I feel like the criticisms that it's gotten have been fair to some degree, right? Like I'm not saying like people are wrong in how they feel about it, but I will say that people putting more into it than is really there kind of bugs me, right? Like I've heard people
Mhm.
talk about it being woke and all this other shit. And
Mhm.
I'm like, guys, here's the thing, man. There's always going to be a gay character here and there in a show.
Mhm.
As long as like that's not the focal point, as long as that's not like the whole
Mhm.
personality of the character, then who cares, right? I mean, I think Stranger Things for me has been the most consistent show on TV, and I think when I say
Yes.
consistent, I mean I've just enjoyed every single season,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
Now, obviously, some seasons are better than others,
Mhm.
but I've enjoyed every season.
I actually think now that I think about it, because season 2 was the one that Elle went with the kids, right? The other
Yes.
8,
Y-
It
right?
has
I
it has the Lost Sister episode that
Yeah,
everyone hated, but now they brought
Yeah,
back in.
now they brought it back. Now, but season 3, because Spike's reminding me, that was the one with the mole season, right? And
yes,
that one was also the one that they did the whole bunch of Russian propaganda. That one is my least favorite season, actually, because that was like in the middle of that whole like Russia Gate situation, and they really leaned in politically speaking, because they kind of were like, oh, let's just go do Russia Gate, anti-Russia stuff, and then so they did that, and I did not like that one at the time because I was like, "Oh, they're kind of leaning
I
into
didn't.
like today's stuff a little bit." So
What's
I didn't
weird
like
is
that.
I didn't make that connection at all. Like, and I think it's because during the '80s, and I remember
Yes.
this vividly because I'm an old ass man. I remember in the '80s, man, like there was this big because the Cold War was still going on.
Right,
So there was a lot of like
Russia,
pro-America,
anti-Russia stuff.
anti-Russia stuff going on in the '80s. So for me, that all of that felt completely organic. It felt
Yeah.
completely
Okay,
natural to that time
cool.
period and what was happening. So and yeah, I mean maybe it just happened to be a coincidence that at the same time the Donald Trump stuff was happening and
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
It was a weird thing because I was like, "Oh, they just feel like a little bit too modern right now," and I didn't like that at the time. But also, I didn't like season 2 because I thought they were just getting away from what made season 1 great. But you just reminded me because we were just talking before you came on, like about if kids said GD back in the day, like in the
Like
80s,
a
or if
lot.
they, yeah, or if they said fuck. So
Oh
did
my
they say
god.
which one did they say, Dante? Like,
I feel like
what
they
was
probably said the F word.
Yeah.
well,
See?
Yeah.
so
They're just using GD because they can't use the F word on the show. They're not allowed to.
I mean, and okay, I know these kids are grown ass people with like,
yeah,
wives
we
and
got kids.
husbands and children and shit at this point.
Yep.
But they are supposed to still be kids in the show, right? So so technically it's still a kids show, even though people are getting gored and blown
Mold.
apart and set on fire,
Yeah,
right?
mold and
It's
shit.
still
Yeah.
it's still about kids in high school or junior high or whatever. Well, they're siblings, but it's still a kids show overall. That's what I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
say. So
Mm-hmm.
they probably can't say fuck a whole bunch of times, you know what I mean? Just because it's not, coherent with the rest of the tone of the show. But
Yeah.
no, look, even little things like that don't bug me as much, right? Like
Yeah, that
I
doesn't
feel
bother
like,
me either.
No. I mean, I moved on.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, okay, they're trying to keep a certain tone. I get that.
So for me, these are the things that like I didn't quite like about this season. There was a lot I did like, but there's a couple things that I was just like, okay, why did they do this again? So in the last season, in season 4, we figured out a couple things. One, we figured out that the Demigorgons do not like fire, and
Right.
they they die by fire. And 2, we figured out through that amazing scene that Hopper had, that they don't like swords. Like they don't like that they are a
Yeah.
lot more likely to be injured with swords and like what's it called, melee weapons versus
Mhm.
guns. Like they clearly are not going like they're bulletproof in a way. They're not like guns don't hurt them as much as the knife, right?
Right.
So I was expecting a lot more planning now because they were like, okay, so some time has passed, and then you
Yeah,
kind of like
years passed.
yeah. So a year, I think it's a year or two has passed about since we saw them, right? So then it goes into like L training with Hopper or whatever, like after that scene, which we will talk about in a second after the opening scene. But like we go into that scene where she's training and all the stuff, and then they go into the upside down and all the stuff. And they're still using guns. They're still using the same old tactics that they did before we figured out the fire thing and before we figured out the sword thing. At this point, Hopper should be like a ninja sword guy. Like he should be at this point a sword dude with like, just like training himself to be able to take these motherfuckers on with a sword and with like some type of melee weapon versus a gun. Obviously, I have guns too. That's great for distance. But these things are bulletproof. This is not going to hurt them. It hurts them when you cut off their arms and it hurts them when you cut off their heads. So you gotta have to go into Highlander mode. I was a little disappointed with the tactics used. It's like, does anyone have any IQ in this
Hold
group?
on. I've got a rebuttal to
Ah,
this a little bit.
okay, go ahead.
You make
please.
a good point if he's going for the Demigorgons, but they've been doing multiple of these crawls. We're told that in the first episode. And
Mhm,
the Demigorgons seem to be somewhere with Vecna that no one can find. And what
mhm,
Hopper's taking guns in there for is in case he runs into the army that wants
Soldiers.
him
Yeah.
and 11 dead.
mhm.
So because when the Demigorgons come at the end of that first episode and wreck that car in the upside down, they're all like in shock. Like because
Mhm.
they're kind of indicating, like, I feel like they've been somewhere with Vecna, like that no one has seen. And
Okay.
again, if that makes sense, I think the
Yeah.
gun was for military if he ran into them.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I said, you obviously you want a gun with just in case you run into the military and stuff, but mainly for the
You should have
Demigorgons.
sword if
You
you
need
need
to
it.
have swords. You need to have the fire thing. Like, where is your what like
Yeah, I know a
torch?
flamethrower.
You need a torch, bro. Like, you need a flamethrower. You need even a mini torch. So in a like in a pickle, you grab your like little mini
Yeah.
lighter thing and freaking torch his ass or whatever. Like, it's
Right.
like, come on. Like, you need some. You know their weaknesses by now, and I didn't see them taking advantage of the weaknesses at all. Like, maybe a little bit like when they were trying to trap the Demigorgon, like they did some of
Mhm.
the stuff, but it needed it a little bit more. And maybe they'll kind of like hone in on that a little bit more as time goes on
Well,
in the
actually,
next
yeah. I
phase.
mean, now that you bring that up, when they did trap the Demigorgon, or trap them, but when they set the traps for him in the house,
Mhm.
they were all stabbing weapons and fire,
Yeah.
right? They put
Yeah.
gasoline on them.
Yeah.
They threw a flare at him, so they set him on fire.
Yeah.
So they actually did do that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think
I wanted more of that from Hopper. I was
But
right.
like, come
again,
on, man.
I think it's
Go.
because it's a recon mission where they've not really been seeing demis down there. He's just been seeing military.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's the same thing too. Because yeah, I mean, I would have thought the same thing. Like, you guys know how to fight these things now, right? And you know
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
weaknesses are. But then, yeah, you throw the military into the mix. You probably need a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to run at a
Yeah.
soldier with a gun with a sword. So I
Sure.
mean,
I'm not saying don't have any guns. I'm saying we need
right.
more of both. Like
He should
depending
have
on what
he
enemy
should
you're
have
going
a
with.
samurai sword too.
Oh
I'm
no,
telling you,
absolutely.
you need like a
Or an axe
blade.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you need like the blade. Like for example, when they're going up against the demi or whatever with the kids, and they give the black kid a crowbar, and I'm like,
Yeah,
you have a
that kind of
fucking
pissed me off.
crowbar,
I
bro?
was
Like,
like,
where's his sword at? Like, what the fuck is a
I'm like,
crowbar
everyone gets a
gonna do?
bladed weapon except the black kid. Like they might as well give him like a baseball bat. Like what do we?
I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, why doesn't he get a fucking sword or something badass or some shit? He get a fucking crowbar. Like,
Yeah, that's
I don't.
crazy.
They
That
should
was
have some swords. I agree.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that point.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't Steve at one point have a chainsaw? Like
He
where's
did.
John at,
He did. That was kind of cool. That was badass. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
chainsaws. Like not Mad Max. What's it called?
Oh,
It's like
Evil Dead or
yeah. Like
yeah.
it kind of gives that vibe. Which, by the way, that's actually a good lean into the next stuff we're gonna talk about. There's a lot of shout outs to different horror movies.
Sure,
Like
yeah.
like horror tropes, I would say. Stuff that stuff that we all love, like makes it that we all love those things. And I think that the beginning scene with Will, which is everyone's discussing that scene right now, was one of the tropes was like I think from Alien.
Yep.
Before we get there, though, real quick, I wanted to share this about the scene that you were talking about. That she wrote, I trained for this moment by opening jars no one else would
That's pretty funny.
Well, I'm not gonna play it because we'll get dinged on this, but when she's like, when she's like breaking the bottle to like start stabbing the demi, and like a lot of people are going off about this scene too, like just being like, oh, the demi just kind of stood there and took this like not like the bottle attack from her. He would have just killed her really fast.
I mean, yes and no, maybe. Who knows, right? I mean,
yeah. You see them different ways. You see them where people get like some good like attempts in, and then sometimes they're very like in the very end of season 4, they're just like hunters and ferocious, and no one's stopping them.
Yeah, I mean, like, because I knew he was waiting to go to like to kidnap this kid. So he was like, he wasn't gonna be like he wasn't gonna kill the kid.
Yes, yeah.
So I feel like somebody else did a scene in this. I don't know if this was this one or not, but somebody actually did edit out like kind of like the main part where she's stabbing him or whatever. And it just made it so that the demi kind of, you know what it was? They took out the part that you were saying where she was like, stay away from my daughter, you bitch, like, or whatever, right? They took that part out and they just made her go like stab. And I thought that worked better because it makes more sense if you're like a crazed mom. You're not going to stand there talking to this monster. You're just going to go for it. You're not going to start being like,
but it's TV, so you got to let her have her mama bear moment,
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it would have been more.
Also, to this point, Mike even says to Nancy, why? Because Vecna shows in season 4, he shows Nancy all 3 of the others dead. Holly dead, the mom and dad dead. And I'm sorry, I keep saying Will. Mike points out the hospital. Why did he not have them kill them? So there's an indication that Vecna did not necessarily want them dead. He just wanted the girl.
Yeah. I guess but that's the conversation is like how fast the demi took care of the mom. Because I mean, he could have just jumped over her and just grabbed the kid and like it's like the mom scene was for her. Like I
It
think they
was.
just made it so that it's like they wanted to add a little bit of more like dramatization. It is the final season.
And we've
So
all waited, like, I don't know about you, Dante, like, I love Mrs. Wheeler, and, like, I was so pumped, but my jaw hit the floor because I was like, "They better not have just killed Mrs. Wheeler."
I actually
Um,
thought they killed her. Like for a
I
I did
second.
actually thought they
too.
killed her too.
I
And you
was
I
know
like
did
what?
too.
this.
It kind of would have been a ballsy thing to do, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm glad they didn't kill her.
I am too.
You know what? I kind of wanted them to kill her. I know that
I
sounds really
know.
bad, but I wanted like some type of stakes, like, make it even more like Nancy's already bitter, make her even more bitter. Like I wanted her to be like, I'm gonna kill every single one of these girls. You know what I mean? Like it's like I wanted her to have that rage or at least kill the dad. I mean, he was useless. Like, what did he do? He's like,
He
the dude
tried.
was playing freaking golf outside, and then
Ted
he comes in and is
tried.
just like, no,
Ted
he was
gave it his best effort, but he kinda didn't really have a chance from where he was. It just kinda came out of him, like, on him so quick, and I don't know. It just
that part actually was actually really funny because he walks in and he's just like, "What's going on?" And he
I
just looks
love
over and
Ted.
there's a Demogorgon standing there. Can you imagine? I'd be like, "Well, I'm just gonna piss myself right now."
Well, and it was
Um,
the scene was so, like, it for us, like, Stranger Things, like, fans, it was such a kind of a reward because it's gotten to the point, it's just like, can the Willers ever know? Like, they just never know what's going on. Can they finally
mhm,
be brought in on what the heck has been happening for the last several
right.
years? So I
Yeah.
enjoyed it, and I'm glad they did not. I would have, like, been devastated had they killed Mrs. Wheeler.
He does get her good though.
He gets her nasty through there.
Yeah, he gets her good. She got her moment though. It was good. It was
She
good.
did.
Um, okay, let's talk about the scene everybody's talking about.
Oh, that the weirdos on X are talking about?
Yeah, like people like Jack Posobiec made a big deal about this scene.
But people
This
like
is
Jack
the
Posobiec
original
make a
one.
big deal about a lot of scenes.
Yeah, this is also true. But so this is the scene. By the way, what did you guys think of the de-aging? Because that was
It didn't bother me that bad, like,
Yeah,
it
you know,
was okay.
I thought it was
it
actually
was
they've done
awful.
a decent job with the de-aging. Because sometimes, like, I don't know, like there were times where I didn't know if it was a memory of the first two
Yeah.
seasons that we were seeing
Hmm.
or de-aging, right? So I mean, I think they did a pretty good job of at least fooling me in some places.
Mhm,
Yeah, well, you could definitely tell like the further shots is
mhm.
a lot better because yeah, like but when they were zooming into his face a couple times, I
Yeah.
was like, oh God, this is gonna not gonna age well because it's gonna the technology is gonna get better and better, but it kind of reminded me of like Polar Express. I was like, oh my God, that kid looks so like Polar Express. But it wasn't like I guess it wasn't terrible, but
You
it
know what it
wasn't
was? It
great.
wasn't jarring, right?
It
Like
wasn't jarring to me.
it wasn't like Tron Legacy. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't see Tron
I
Legacy
didn't see it
Okay.
yet.
either.
It's like they de-age Jeff Bridges and
Oh, and it looks bad.
well, because I mean the movie was made like in 2014 or 15, so the technology wasn't completely there. So
Okay.
I give them a lot of grace with that, but it has gotten better for sure.
Yeah. Um,
It still has a while to go, but at least it wasn't so bad that it was distracting.
I thought it was like for me at the beginning, I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like I'm like, I hope they don't have this the whole time,
But
and
do you
thank
know,
God it changed pretty
Nina, my
fast.
mind was even going there. I'll tell you where my mind went in these first 5 minutes because 'cause they'd already released these first 5 minutes. I get tired of Will always being, like, just co and that's how they portrayed him since season 2. Everyone's like, "Oh, Will, are you okay?" Like,
Yeah.
Will's
Yeah,
this fragile little being, and we see
Mhm.
go back to that very first episode. A little 11-year-old boy, scared out of his mind, rightfully so, goes
Mhm.
and loads a shotgun and tries to defend himself. That's not exactly a weak kid, and then
Yeah.
I think you see that in the Upside Down. He hides for days and then
Mhm.
does his best to stay alive. I mean, he's not a weakling, and
He
I'm glad that
tried.
this season's showing that.
Yeah, he tried it. Like his mom really mommies him.
Yes.
And I think it's like that. See, that's one of the things that again is a little that's a little jarring to me because like he's so tall and he's so big now. And of course, like you're always gonna be like your mama's little baby or whatever, no matter how old you are. But it's like, girl, he's not freaking 12 anymore, and he doesn't look it, but he's supposed to look it. Like he is supposed to look a lot younger than he is.
I think he's supposed to be about 15 or 16 here.
Yeah.
He looks older. He looks like he's like 19 or 20. And it's just like,
Well,
oh my
that's
God.
within range for this.
But so like, okay, so people are freaking out about this scene. This is when he's captured when he's like younger, obviously, and then Vecna does his Vecna thing. And then this tube looking tentacle thing
Which
comes
they
in.
had on his mouth in season 1, and no one fussed it, but Jack Posobiec did fuss about it then,
Right.
Right. Yeah. And then like it just comes and latches onto his face, and there it is. There's the thing, and then it's in his face, and obviously it's injecting something into his body.
Yes.
So I'm not.
People have gotten so incredibly stupid. Like I just
Yes.
like I can't even justify it. Like I can't even give them credit for. It's just dumb. It's really
I
dumb.
agree.
This scene had nothing to do with anything other than this demon, obviously putting something into this kid, right? Like, and if you draw anything more than that, you watch way too much hentai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Or
way too much hentai.
or that's the other thing. Like I talked about this with my husband, and I was thinking like more like it's possible that, let's say, someone like Jack Posobiec has been abused when he was younger. So like, he can potentially see things that are supposed to be completely innocent, but because he's traumatized, he kind of like sees the trauma.
Can I give another side of that?
Go ahead.
It's
please.
also possible that people like Jack Posobiec, who is has a very particular cultural leaning, everything like that, and you get a lot of clicks by making very dramatic statements on Twitter, which lends to more money. I think there's X amount of people that just like to make things. They see it's no different really than the way people on the left see, American Eagle did a jeans ad with Sweeney. How dare they talk about whiteness when that's not what they were talking about? And I feel like the people on the right do that too, where they now see things and everything that were not necessarily there or ever intended to be there.
Yeah, and Spike brings up a great point because at the end of season 1, we see him cough up a tadpole looking thing.
Yep.
And I remember that because I was like, oh, they're going somewhere with this, because obviously something was put inside him when he was in the upside down or whatever. I mean, I've been kind of waiting for Will to become like some type of powerful being for like a long time until now, because I knew something was going to happen to him. But like this is again like what Spike says, it wasn't that surprising because it's already been shown. If you've been paying attention to what the Stranger Things is about, then you wouldn't be that shocked. Now,
but I will say though,
I think they're just making something.
That scene at the end of that last episode was pretty damn good. Like I was even though we knew it was coming, like the way they handled it was really well done.
It was good.
Well,
now, I will say one more thing though about this, because they could have, if they wanted to get away from this scene in terms of it being so, I guess, like close to it being sexual assault, they could have done it so that like the tentacle things go through the ear, and like the face is fine, and it's just like they have tentacles going through the ear, like putting whatever.
Or maybe make it big enough where it covers his mouth and nose, right? Like where it covers like almost half his face. Like that would have even been like,
Yeah. So I just think like maybe there is stuff they could have done to make it a little bit more less, I guess, like that imagery, making it less like that.
But it's like my mind didn't even go there because we've seen this since season 1, and those tentacles, they've said this from really since season 2 when we knew the mind flare. It's like a big network. So in order to get plugged into the network, this is just how it's done for whatever reason. And I think it is a nod to Alien.
I do too. And that the thing is like with Jack, I mean, it's a bit of a reach because Jack is trying to say that like Netflix is just trying to say that when you're a kid and you get raped, you become gay. Like he's trying to like tie this whole thing to Will being a gay character. And the reason that he's becoming a gay character or gay is because he got raped. And I'm like, I mean, I just that makes my head hurt a little bit, like that kind of reasoning, because I'm like, man, what are we?
But you know what's really dumb, Nina, about all of that for me is they've established, and again, never actually even saying the words. They've established that he's obviously gay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than like hinting, there has been like nothing about him that's been like super gay, right? Like,
No.
you know what I mean? Like, there's been no outwardly anything, man. Like, he hasn't been going on dates with guys. He hasn't been kissing up on other dudes.
I
It's
don't
just,
even think he knows he's gay yet.
he doesn't even know he's really gay, right? And so, like, it's
Yeah.
all been so hinted at and never even spoken of, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I get it, guys. We've all been beat over the head with this shit for a long time. And look at Disney and all their horrible, stupid shit. They are handling this very well in this show. This
Yeah.
topic,
Mhm.
right?
They
Like,
are.
they're not beating you over the head with it at all.
Well,
No.
I mean, they are a little bit because of the lesbian character. Because I'm like, oh, God, like, and her whole thing this time has been like, oh, I'm going out with this other girl, and we're lesbians. Like every 5 seconds, I'm like, I get it. Like I get you're a
Right.
lesbian. I fucking get it, man.
Yeah,
Like,
Robin's is much more in your face.
yeah, Robin is annoying. Like I'm starting to find her like quite annoying. And then she did the whole speech this time too about like, oh, like I'm free and like it's being about being free and blah blah. I was just like, okay, we get it. You're gay. Like we get
That
it.
was the one annoying thing to me. But again, nothing. All these are like little gripes. Like I thoroughly loved these first 4 episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to agree. I think so far, here's the thing. I just want them to finish this show strong, right?
Yes.
I want them to finish
Mhm.
strong. And being objective, I think right now they're on a good path. I think so
Yes.
far the first 4 episodes were solid. I hope they
Mhm.
stick the landing. And if they do, then for me, it's one of the greatest shows,
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope they stick the
ever produced.
landing too. And see, that's the other thing though. Like there's definitely stuff that I felt like they did in these 4 episodes that they've done before. So I'm kind of like, okay, let's go. Like we need something else. Like they've already done the Hopper and Al dynamic. They're doing it again, and I'm like, okay, you've already done this. Like we've already seen you guys fight each other against. Like what's better to do? This is better to do. That's better to do. Blah blah blah. Like, she's powerful. No, she's not. Yes, she is. Yes, no, she's not. And then it's like we've seen it. Like, can we get to the next step? That's what I want for Hopper and Al. Al just really needs to figure his shit out at this point. She's not
Well,
retarded either. So
I
I don't know.
think
I
I
feel like they're
think
treating her retarded.
that's why I think that maybe that's where they'll finally go with Hopper because he keeps wanting, oh, I've got to protect her. I've got to protect her. Maybe almost like in classic Little Mermaid form, he'll realize she can take care of herself and she needs me. So stop trying to sacrifice yourself.
Yeah.
Like just live, Hopper.
You know what?
Live.
I will say this though. I agree with that to a point. But I do think in defense, it's different when they just have to worry about the demigorgons, gorgons, and all these other things. But now that the
Mhm.
military's involved,
Yes.
I get why Hopper's like, okay, now we got 2 like things coming at us, right?
Here's that made me think of it. What you just said. That was one of the things I was annoyed about. Like I'm like, okay, so the military has this thing where it's like, they're doing the psychic signaling so that she's
Mhm.
like, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It took them 20 minutes to figure out to shoot that thing that's sending out the freaking like psychic beam or whatever. And then when they went to the other side, like when they went to invade the military base, then he did it again. And I was like, bro, take out those things first. You don't start shooting the people. Take out the thing that's giving her the psychic issues. It's
Well,
like,
yes and no. I mean, when guys are standing there with guns, you
Yeah.
probably want to get them first. Especially soldiers, trained soldiers, right?
yeah, no, you don't. Again, no, you don't, Verbal, because the second you took that thing out, Elle can take care of the rest of the guys with the bullets. Like it's fine. Like she's way more powerful. She can figure it out.
Yeah, but
You
his
just need to get that thing out.
point is they could shoot you before you got a chance to get that. Like, yeah, you
That's
shot that, you're one
That's
shot,
your
and
only
then boom.
shot. No, but that's your only shot, Michelle. In a real war, you're not gonna go for the gun guy. You're gonna go for that thing because you know the main weapon is L. She's gonna take those things out. It's just you have to have IIQ when you're in a war.
No,
You're not gonna go for the gun guy.
I agree, but I just think obviously too when you're in a situation, right? And people have guns pointed at you, you just react.
Yeah.
Instinct,
So
I guess.
now here's the thing. Sure, I mean that could be, you know, a problem with the plot, but at the same time, you know, it wasn't a big enough deal for me to be like, okay. It wasn't like it wasn't breaking for me, you know.
Yeah, because
Mm.
Hopper gets it pretty fast when they're outside of the facility. Once he figures it out and sees it, he goes for it as fast as he can.
Yeah, he
But
does.
they are in situations where, again, Hopper's not like a Green Beret. He just was in the military. I mean, he's not Rambo over here. But he was in the
He
military and a
should be,
cop.
Michelle. He should be.
So
After
my
you
point
spend
being, it's his tactical skills are good, but they're not great.
Yeah, they should be better. That's what I'm saying. That he's had a year to train because he's been training L. He went to the Moscow prison where he was basically had to like take out that Demi. He needs to should be training himself. I'm saying like there needs to be another level for Hopper. Hopper is not at that. Like he should have been. We should have seen him way more. Like I'm a commando now. Like I'm going to be taking this motherfucking shit over. And I'm like, you're still acting like a little sheriff.
Well,
like,
I
it's
mean,
like,
no, I
come
mean
on.
he took out soldiers
Yeah,
like
he does good.
several times.
He
So I
needs
mean,
to do more.
he's not a joke.
No, he's good.
Yeah, he took out a few like a few
I don't care,
soldiers.
Spike. I don't give a shit.
But no,
I
go
thought he
ahead.
did good.
Russell Hall for 2 says, to be fair, lesbians should be right up in your face.
Oh gosh.
Should they? I don't know about this. It depends on the movie, Russell. I mean, this is supposed to be a kid's show. I don't know.
And then I'm going to say this since Verbal's here. I said it before. Verbal, since I know you're a fan, something I've been like geeking out about since these 4 episodes have come out is I think with Stranger Things, something you see, we spend so much time on channels discussing, say, like Disney and how they don't write good shows, and especially in short form. At the end of every episode, they hook you. Boom, boom. Like it is a strong hook at the end of each episode. And it has been since really growing up with my love of Star Wars that like something modern has so much lore and so much world building and so much to dig into around it. And even little things like I'll just go ahead and say it here. If we're theorizing, I mean, I know we got to talk about that final moment in 4, but like details like this in season 4, when they're rolling in D&D, they say it takes a 20, you've got to roll a 20 to kill Vecna. And of course, when you start doing the number add up of 11 plus 8 plus now Will, who can tap into 1's powers, you got a 20. You know, just the fact that they thought that far ahead and little details, like their love for this just comes through all the time.
That's really cool. I actually had not thought about that.
I haven't either. That was a deep pool, man.
that was really deep. Wow.
The Duffers do, because it's like I feel like they're the closest thing we have to like a George Lucas that created this baby that they love and has created so much lore and love around it. It's just
like
awesome.
You know what it feels like to me? It feels like a mix of like George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, like the kind of movies we would get in the 80s.
Yeah,
like those kid movies that were a little bit more serious than a kid's movie, but you know,
Goonies,
we're still
Lost Boys.
Yeah, full of adventure, you know, horror, like sci-fi, all of it all together. I feel like this is the closest we've had to that since the 80s.
Yes, absolutely.
Real quick, we have over 328 people watching over across all 3 platforms. So you make sure you guys smash the like, share the stream, all that good stuff. We still have a lot to talk about. Like I guess let's talk about the coma. Max's character has been in a coma for a long time, pretty much the entire and then the entire episodes that we watched, pretty much until season. I think it was the last episode where we find out what happened to her.
Yeah, we found, yes, you get more you see her at the very end of 3 and you get the details in 4.
Yeah, because I mean, I have expected her to wake up in episode 1. You know, like I was like, oh, obviously she's gonna wake up, right? Like she's gonna wake up, and then it just didn't happen. So I was like, that's interesting. They're going somewhere with this. So, what did you guys think of that whole Max arc? I guess, like, are you liking the fact that she's trapped in this memory land? And
has anyone read a Wrinkle in Time? Because I think
Yes, I have.
that's okay, because I think that's going to be really critical to the next 2 episodes.
I've only ever seen the movie. I've never read the book.
Oh God, go read the book.
I heard the movie sucked.
Awful.
The movie was awful.
Yeah. The movie just tore the book apart. Like, you need to go read the book. The book's amazing.
Yeah, it was like one of the worst films I've seen in probably that
year. They did give a nod to the book as well, like in the show.
Yes, I think multiple nods, and I think it's going to come into critical with Holly and Max being able to escape this dream world thing. Because that's another thing with Stranger Things and the Duffer Brothers writing, nothing is wasted. So when they point out that book, when Mike has that conversation with her and gives her the little figure, like all that's going to come into play. Like nothing's wasted in the show.
Yeah. I still feel like maybe compared to what happened to like, I was just thinking about it on what happened to that. What was that guy's name? The one that died last season. Everybody liked Eddie. Like how Eddie died versus like the mom. Like the mom survived, but Eddie died. And I feel like the mom's injuries was a lot worse than Eddie's.
Well, didn't Eddie practically get eaten?
He got like poked to death 1,000 times by those bat things.
Yeah, he got bitten.
But I mean, blood was coming out of his mouth. There was internal damage.
Yeah,
it was
like death by 1,000 cuts.
So if I were going to give a critique, I think for me the weaker part of this arc has been the Max and little sister. What's her name? Holly. The Max and Holly story. Like I'm in it because obviously it's going to mean something. I know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But right now I don't care. Right, it's not doing anything for me. So it's like it was great.
It's definitely a setup. It's like
it's a setup.
It's all set up for the next arc, and I get that. But I was really confused about the whole Max thing about why she didn't die. Like I almost kind of wish she did die. To be honest with you, like I wish they would have pulled the trigger.
I don't
and just killed her off, but. I don't feel like they've done a good enough job explaining how she survived.
Oh, I can tell you.
Please go ahead.
Yes, please. Because I was like, how does she survive that?
If you go back to that last episode in 4, because remember, it's called the piggyback. 11 has piggybacked into that world. And anyway, she is standing there observing Lucas holding her, crying for Erica to get help. And she sits down and so basically 11 and Vecna are two opposite sides of the coin. Vecna uses fear, like shame, guilt, bad memories to do things, where 11 has realized anytime 11 actually taps into things, she begins to remember her mother saying, I love you, or she starts seeing all the love she's received from these kids, these friends. So 11 at the end of that scene, she's in that world that's like black where she can find people like that type thing. And she's standing there next to Lucas, who's holding her, and she puts her hand on her heart, and they indicate like she uses some kind of power.
She did like psychic CPR.
Yes, where Vecna uses it to crunch internally and crush all your internal organs. She does the opposite and gives like life to it. And that's when the heartbeat starts.
Yeah, she did like psychic CPR to her.
Yes.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. Because she was like in like the mental world, like in that black world. And then she goes like, she did like Jesus shit.
No, but that explains why she physically survived. But why didn't her mind?
Well, her consciousness got lost there. That's what I understood. Because she was
there.
Yeah, because they were in that black world, and the black world is connected to the psychic world of what's his name?
To Vecna.
To Vecna's psychic world. So she got lost in that psychic world, and then she found the music, and she was like, "Oh, the music!" And she's like running towards the music, and then the thing shut down, and then like Vecna chases her to whatever that
The
weird
cave. Do you want to know about the
is.
cave?
Yes. So for those of you who are wanting to maybe not know about it, you might want to mute yourself because Michelle has like some inner secrets, dark secrets.
I've gone down every rabbit hole there is over the last several days.
So we saw this scene where she's like runs into this weird cave. That's where she's dwelling now. And that's where, by the way, great actor. Like I really
He's good.
I really like this guy. He's done a really good job making me creeped out of Henry. I mean, I really dislike Henry. I think he's a freaking creep. And certainly Vecna. I mean, Vecna looks like a freaking monster. But you could definitely tell, like in that scene where he's like, he just looked like he just froze, and he's like, "Oh, what? I can't go in there." It was like one of those Tom and Jerry moments where he goes in like, and he's like, Jerry's like, I can't follow that. So, what is going on with this scene? Go ahead,
Okay,
Michelle.
so this comes from the stage play that they did, and the Duffer brothers are using that lore. Like it, unlike Star Wars, who comes out with all kinds of books that don't matter, they're making the play matter. And so the cave was somewhere in Nevada, where originally, it actually originally was with Dr. Brenner, and before that, Dr. Brenner's father. But anyways, long story short, without going through all this detail, he stumbled in as a little boy when they were living in Nevada into this cave that had this tech that a Russian spy had stolen from Brenner and was left there.
Oh.
And this tech is where he first got launched into that. They're calling it World X. Before it was the Upside Down, like the place you see 11 sent him to in season 4 that's got lightning everywhere.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's where he goes there as a little boy. And it's when he is there that his blood is changed and he comes back with powers and comes back like very dark.
Wait, is that not the Upside Down though? I thought that was the Upside Down.
So it seems that the Upside Down is something he kind of created after the fact. Like once he was sent in there, like once 11 sent him to this other space and time. But anyways, the cave represents where he went as a little boy and got sucked into it for the very first time, and therefore is pretty horrified from this experience.
Oh, that's interesting because they were saying that like they're going to explain the creation of the Upside Down in part 2. So I'm guessing you're right about this.
And what I'm saying comes from the stage play. So that's, you can look that.
And I kind of think I have to believe that in the next arc, they are going to get more into that, right? They're going to dive more into why he's afraid of the cave, why he won't go in there. I mean, obviously they're setting all this up, right? That the whole Max scene was to set up what's going to happen with Vecna later, right? So, and yeah, I agree with this actor. I agree with just even the character of Vecna. I think, and I was talking about this with somebody the other day, that I feel like Vecna, and I know people are going to be losing their minds with me saying this or comparing it, but he is as close to like one of the better screen villains that we've had, like a Darth Vader, in a very long time.
Well, they did. The Duffer brother apparently took inspiration from Rogue One to create the scene where he comes in and does his Vecna shit. Like when he's coming out of that portal, they use Darth Vader as as like inspiration. So that's why like a lot of the stuff I watch in the Stranger Things, I'm like, oh yeah, you can see it. Like if you're a fan of the sci-fi or horror stuff, you can be like, oh yeah, that's it. Like I can see that. I can see that. I mean, I totally saw the Darth Vader thing. I was like, oh, it's very Darth Vader-esque. And then like I read, oh, that's supposed to be inspired by the Darth Vader scene. And like, I'm loving it. And I love this kind of stuff. Like I love practical effects and I love like makeup and artistry. And I think they really did create a very great villain. Like it's been a long time since we had a good villain, like in
And
anything.
props to that guy for enduring 8 hours of makeup, man. Because
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, this is like wild shit right here. This
The
is
only
what makes
the
a good
only
show.
thing is you guys let me know what you think. Surely they don't, but I really hope they don't go the sympathetic villain route
Oh
like
God, I
David.
really hope so.
you know
Like,
what?
I just want him to be evil.
I
Me
don't think
too.
they can. I don't think
Okay.
they can. Like after he killed kids,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they,
man,
they
he's
can't
killing
make him
kids.
sympathetic.
Yeah, he killing kids. I mean, they did it with Cruella de Vil, even though she was killing
After she killed
puppies.
puppies.
They were like, you know what? It was the puppies who were wrong. Like,
Right, for existing.
yeah, they killed her. They killed her mom. So I was like, I don't know. Like that would be kind of crazy if they were like, oh, it's okay. He's just misunderstood because he got raped as a little boy or
No,
something.
I
It's
don't. I
like
don't think they could do it because once you kill a kid on screen, there's no sympathy. They can't make you sympathetic.
there's no turning back. But yeah, like I just saw this kid again, and I just remembered when they like gave him the crowbar, and I was like, why is the black kid getting the freaking
That's
crowbar?
what I thought. I'm like, man, they must want him to die first.
Yeah,
I don't know, but Lucas
totally.
gets a shout out for me because Lucas is there for his woman every
Yeah,
week
he's sweet.
for a year. I like it.
Yeah, he's really sweet.
He's the
I
real
agree.
MVP
Henry
right now.
is pure evil, and I really like that. Like they're kind of making it so that like Henry is like his human personality, and then he's the one that's kind of like luring the kids in, and it's making it so that like he doesn't even have a good face. Like he has a bad face in both cases. Like he's like a monster when he's like a human, but he's
Yeah.
also like an actual monster, that's kind of like he's cosplaying as human so that he can lure the kids in even more. So that just makes
and
it
that's the
so
cool thing
bad.
about them naming him Henry, because I feel like even that was done on purpose. Because back in the day, back in I think the late '80s, there was a movie called Henry: Portrait of a Serial Killer,
Oh.
who was played by Michael Rooker. And it's one of the most
Oh.
disturbing movies I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of disturbing shit. So
I believe it. I
it's
believe
one of
that
the
it
most
might be
disturbing films
connected.
I've ever watched. But his name was Henry, and I'm like, and then the way Henry acts in Stranger Things is kind of serial killer-ish,
He's
like
creepy. He
it's
is
very
really
creepy,
creepy.
the way he
Yeah.
appears to these kids
Yes.
and kind of lures them in. It's like it's kind of a weird thing.
Well, and to go off what Verbal said of him being, and I agree, of him being one of the best villains we've seen in a long time, even to the point of, I mean, obviously, she's gonna be fine, but my heart rush when Max turns around and he is there, like in that state, and he follows her, like
Oh,
he
yeah.
has so much, like he is very intimidating, even in his Henry state, he can be. Like, as that hand was beginning to turn Vecna like, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
he's
Like
terrifying.
when he went to that scene to where he was like he stopped at the cave, I was like, oh, she's effed. Like when
Yes.
I was like, oh, she's effed. She just got trapped in this little cave. Like, what's that gonna do? Stop him from going in? And then it does, and he just kind of like freezes there, and he looks like absolutely terrified. So I was like, oh, okay, so that's good. Like something's going on with this cave. Like I don't know what's going on,
But
but
also,
because we'll find
I'm
out.
what I'm really curious about, and as far as like I said, I wasn't that enthused about the whole Max Holly storyline. But
Mhm.
what I am kind of intrigued about is where are they? Right? Like
Yes.
what universe, what land, where are they? Because they're not in the upside down, right?
See,
No.
that's what Michelle was
They're
talking
in
about.
they're
I
in
think
his
they're in
dream
that
state. Hold on, let me pull something up that I think is gonna play into when they explain it ultimately.
I think
Here.
they're in the mix of that black world versus his memories.
Again, nothing is wasted in this show, so at some point, the teacher talking about the wormhole
Mm.
Mhm.
has to come into play, and I don't know if that's where they are, like in a worm. But then also, and you let me know, Nina, someone, because I've never read A Wrinkle in Time, but they were saying in A Wrinkle in Time, they take the father to like a world that's like some kind of prison and like a
Yeah.
different,
It's like another dimension, but it's a prison though. They
okay.
did take him to the prison. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's either the wormhole thing or connected to A Wrinkle in Time.
Might be both because there is a
Yeah.
wormhole in Wrinkle in Time.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
how they get through to the other dimension or whatever. Yeah, that's interesting. And like, I'm glad you brought up that picture there because I mean, some people were saying that that picture is supposed to be the mind flare, but I'm like, it doesn't really look like the mind flare because the mind flare looks like
Spider.
a spider, and that thing kind of looks like a phoenix, if anything. Like it kind of looks like a bird that's like raising, but I think it's supposed to represent the portals because I mean, look at like where each child is placed in the wall, like behind Will. So whatever that thing is, it's like the conduit, and the kids are obviously the conduit. So maybe their life force or life energy or whatever is going to open the portal to whatever the hell this Vecna guy wants. I don't know.
Well,
But
and I think there's something to the 12 kids definitely being with the 12 things on a clock because you know the clock noise always appears anytime Vecna is there. So I'm very
Mhm.
interested to see where they go with all this.
That is gonna be interesting. So I guess
Remind me again when the second half starts.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas. I think Christmas Day, isn't it the 20th, 25th?
Let's
Wow.
see.
Pretty sure it's supposed to be like on Christmas Day. So maybe like past midnight Christmas Eve, like 24th to the 25th.
Let's see.
But I'm
Okay.
excited.
Yeah, December 25th at 8 p.m.
Yeah. So
Why
there you
can't
go.
they just
Yeah.
do it first thing in the morning? Why are they robbing my Christmas like this? Making me wait.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's
Yeah, like you know what? Honestly, I feel like they should have maybe done this like on the 23rd or something, or maybe the 24th. But Christmas
See,
Day,
I
man.
thought that they were gonna do some type of Christmas thing with it where it like ends up being like, oh, it's on Christmas, and that's why they need it to be on Christmas. And then the last one is gonna be on New Year's, and that's why they're releasing it on New Year's. But I mean, who knows? I don't know because
Which
it
again
kind of did
is
it.
smart.
Yeah, because they did it in like when they were saying like in the dates they were like, oh, it's November whatever it is, and like it wasn't like November 27th yet or whatever. It was like November 3rd or November something, but they were playing with November months inside the world, right? Like it was like the date. So like I'm guessing the next one's gonna be December. Like it's got to be Christmas because
I
I
don't
think
think
that's
that
when
many
they're
days
going.
will pass though. I think they're just spreading it out on holidays because they know people are home and
Oh, okay.
they're gonna watch it.
That's possible. Yeah. It's a lot more likely probably. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have any other theories about this?
No, I think again, they pretty much have confirmed the next 2 episodes will dive deep into the Upside Down, and I think we'll get kinda more with Max and Holly.
Yeah, and like how it was created. I get like
Well,
because
we'll
from what you're
definitely have to get
saying,
more because the other kids have been taken. So surely the other kids are now at the house.
right? Because with based on what you're saying too, though, like that means that they the upside down is not that world that he went into. It's something maybe he created because
Yes.
don't forget the mind flare is still a thing too. So
Yep.
I think he now controls the mind flare, or maybe he made the mind flare. I don't know what came first.
I
Or
think he's controlled by the mind flare.
oh, you think so?
Well, because even in season 4, Dustin says Vecna's like his greatest foot soldier or his 5-star general is what that's at least his theory in season 4. And in season 4, when 11 sends him to that dimension, you see the mind flare coming towards him.
Yeah, see, I thought maybe he controls him now. That's why. Because I was like, why is the mind flare just kind of like not even mentioned anymore? It's like it's kind of forgotten. He's like been
Yeah,
like left.
I thought Vecna was the main baddie in all of this.
Well,
I could have been
that's
wrong
why
though.
I'm like, I hope they don't do a sympathetic villain and go to Vader here, where it's like, oh no, the Emperor is the well, they have set that up that Vecna is his 5-star general. That's a direct quote from season 4.
Yeah, they did
I
do
think
that.
that would be the one thing that hurt the show this season if they do the sympathetic villain thing.
I don't
Like,
want the
if they
sympathetic
do
villain.
that, I'm out. Like honestly, like I can't.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, I
I
don't
can't.
want a
That's like
sympathetic
making
villain.
Freddy Krueger the sympathetic villain. It's like
Yes.
No.
some people are just evil, man.
Yeah.
The Mind Flare powered Vecna up. See, everyone's kind of
That's true.
lost about that.
That's true. I think he did help him get powered up.
I think he helped him get powered up too, but I don't know if now Vecna controls the Mind Flare or it's the other way around, because somebody's got to be doing somebody's bidding. Like, it can't be like, it can't be like the Mind Flare is just like a random fucking dude. I don't know, because I think the Mind Flare was maybe a like a psychic being, where
Yes.
now if it's a psychic being, then it could have powered Vecna, but now Vecna controls it. It's like one of those things where it's like tied. Maybe they're tied together now. That's kind of like a symbiotic relationship. I don't know,
It could be.
but they do have to go back to the Mind Flare as well, because it's like, okay,
We're gonna have to address it.
yeah, is she gonna kill that fucking thing from like finally like the?
And how do you kill it?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Like, does that, like, if you kill Vecna, does that mean the Mind Flare is dead, or vice versa? If you kill the Mind
Yeah.
Flare, does that mean Vecna's dead? Because if
It's
it is
connected.
getting controlled by Vecna, then that means you just have to you just have to kill one of them to kill the other, basically.
Yeah, that's
If
true.
if they're combined. If they're not, if they're separate entities, then you're gonna have to kill both. So I wonder where they're gonna go with that. I don't know which, but you, like what you said though, they did say it was a foot soldier, so maybe the Mind Flayer is the big bad that's controlling everything. I don't know. I mean, it did exist before him, so
And I'm fine with that as long as they just keep Vecna real evil and they both go out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we do not need the sympathetic villain, because
The
he's
other
not
the other thing I want to see though, the other thing I want to see are stakes, right? Like, I want to see someone has to die. Right?
No.
Someone we love has to go.
No.
I mean, I'm sorry, like, it can't just be this beautiful happy ending,
God,
right?
please let it be the lesbo chick, because I cannot
somebody has to
stand
go.
her. She needs to go. I like kill Robin off and call it a day.
Here, let me rephrase that. Someone has to go except Steve.
Yeah.
If they kill off Steve, I riot, man. No
That's
pun
what
Oh
intended.
my God, we were saying the same thing.
Then the only option is Jonathan. Like, anything else would just be too painful and make the show too depressing.
Yeah, Jonathan or Robin, like,
Because
Yeah, you know what? I'm fine with either of those two.
Yeah, I'm fine with either one of those two, but it can't be anyone else.
Actually, I'm fine with Hopper too. Like,
yeah, you know what? I'm fine with Hopper as well. I mean, they've already teased that like way too much. Like, I feel like he's already dead to me. Like, I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Like, if he's gonna die, fine, whatever. At this point, I'm fine.
I need
with it.
11 to have her happy ending. When Mike brings it up and she says, "Can I have that?" Like, kind of in her little broken English, I was like, she better get a happy ending.
Okay, well, if she look, okay, she's gonna need Hopper alive then for her happy ending,
So
because
it's
she doesn't really give a
Jonathan.
shit about Robin.
Okay, but then that means Jonathan can't die, right? Because then Hopper and Joyce will be together, and then she'll be broken because her son is dead.
Because her
right?
son's dead.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Robin.
So
It's Robin.
Because
someone has to go.
She's not even part of the OG group. She came in like, second
Season
or
3.
third season. Yeah, it's like, just no, she's out. She's out.
I am firmly, though, I've said this verbal, I said this to her. I'd be happy if none of them die, and I really will. And I will state it on this again. This was inspired by things like Goonies, Star Wars, Lost Boys, where the kids, against all odds, and they should all die, make it out, and they all get a happy ending.
No, I think all the main kids should definitely live for sure, right? Don't kill off any of the main kids, but anyone around them though, there has to be stakes, right?
Mm-hmm. That's why I say Robin's not the main character. Like, she wasn't part of the main group.
They should have killed the mom.
No.
Yes, they should.
No, but the mom is part of the main crew.
She is.
No, not Joyce. I'm talking like Nancy.
Oh, Nancy's mom.
I would have been too devastated.
They should have killed her off then.
Would have been too devastated.
They can't kill a lesbian, Nina says. Yeah, that's true. But everybody hates her. Like, nobody likes her. Really? Like, does anybody like that character? I don't think so.
Look, I don't hate Robin. I just think, you know,
she can be funny.
She can go.
Yeah, if I'm having to pick, yes, I'm picking Robin because I'm not picking out of the newer ones.
I don't hate her, but she can go.
Yeah, I don't hate her either, but she can go. She's kind of useless. It's like, what is she good for now? She's just basically there to like give pep talks to Will about becoming gay. Like, I'm like, okay, are you doing anything else? Because she's not like Max. Like, she doesn't have like the, I'm in Vecna's dreams. Like, there's something going on with Max. Max is like part of it.
Oh no, in fact, Max would be the least person on my list of people to die because you've already played that card, right?
Yes. You've already played it.
And you didn't kill her, so let her live a long, happy life.
Okay, but that's how I feel about. I also feel that way about Hopper and 11 because at the beginning of season 1, they wanted to make you think 11 died, and
same with Will. I mean, like Will has been like talked about being like, oh, he's the weak dead kid forever. Like, if
they can't kill Will off.
If they kill him off, like they're gonna be like, oh, he sacrifices himself for everyone because he's like Vecna now, and like he needs to kill everyone because.
Well, actually, Nina, now that you bring that up, that could be an interesting play, right? Like he becomes Vecna, because they're already sharing a brain, right? They're already sharing a mind.
They are.
Yeah. But in a good way, he becomes Vecna to basically kill Vecna, right? Like if they play that card, that could be interesting. But
hang on, because we're because we're missing one more character. The one that they found at the end, the sister.
Yeah, but you know what? No one cares about her. There's no stakes.
Exactly.
I'm fine with her dying. I'm fine with her dying.
Everyone's fine with her dying because we don't care.
Kill her.
She gets to go. We picked the one.
No, that's not stakes. That's not stakes because we don't give a shit about her.
Yeah, that's true. That's like really.
We care more for the fat kid, that little fat kid with the glasses, than we care about.
I do care about the fat kid.
Yeah. Delightful Derek.
Brave. Yeah.
Yeah, delightful Derek.
Delightful Derek. He was brave. Like he was in like the
man when he was slapping, when he would slap them every time, it made me laugh.
Oh, that was
yeah, that was funny. That was funny. I liked it. Yeah. Who? Holly?
Hold on. Pause. With Star Wars, does it ruin the stakes for you that none of them die and they all go celebrate on Endor?
Well, it ruined the stakes for me when like Luke killed himself, like in the new one.
We don't bring up The Last Jedi, Nina.
Yeah,
referring to the originals.
Okay, but to answer your question, me watching those movies as a lad, yes, I'm happy they all lived and survived. Sure.
Yeah, I want that.
Now, like I'm this old curmudgeon, right? So someone has to die, right? Someone just has to go.
I want them all to live. Besides, 8 can sacrifice herself for the good of everyone. And then we're going to go back to that episode season 2 and be like, she served a purpose.
Oh my God.
And who knows? I mean, they really might kill her off. So.
Well, look, at this point, they're basically setting it up for like Vecna being so powerful that there needs to be like 3 11s. Like that, so you got 11 now.
You got to roll a 20 to beat Vecna.
Exactly. You got 11 now. You got this 8 chick, and you got Will
tapping into 1.
Yeah. So.
Like I think there's a way to sacrifice Will without actually even killing him, but it would mean some pretty heady shit. So maybe that's above my pay grade, but I think there's probably a way to do it where it means something. He takes out Vecna, but he also has to become Vecna to keep the upside down at bay so that it doesn't ever intrude. But that would mean him never being able to come back up. So I mean, there's a way to really do it in a sacrificial way. But at the same time, I don't think people want Will to.
No, because if you do it that way, it's like, what was this all for? Because it started with them rescuing Will, and then if it becomes Vecna, it's like not Vecna, bad guy.
Not in the bad way, in the way of just taking over the upside down. Kill Vecna,
but then he could be with his mom.
Yeah, like he needs a life too. I mean, this kid got fucked like properly. Like,
Listen,
his
guys, we
entire
have
life.
and not by that tentacle thing either.
No,
we
Well,
have
maybe by
picked,
that tentacle thing. I don't know.
we have picked who's gonna die, and it's gonna be 8. Okay.
it's either 8 or the lesbo chick. I don't care. Whatever. Like pick one. It's gonna be lesbo chick. If
I
it's
love
gonna
these
be from the
characters.
main crew, like if it has to be from the main crew that they're gonna kill off, I would pick Jonathan. Like it's like
Yeah. No, absolutely.
you need because they need to come to it in terms with like that's the other thing that kind of bothered me a little bit. It's like, okay, by this point, Nancy really needs to pick a dude. Like, because it's like this whole, oh, I don't know, like, is it Jonathan? Is it Steve? It's like, but we're season 5 now. Like, just pick one and call it a day.
In her
I can't
defense,
handle
though,
this.
I mean, they are kind of facing an apocalypse. Like the last thing
Yeah.
I would be thinking about is fucking when, like, I see a demon coming out of the ground.
That's
right?
not true, Dante. That's not true. It'd actually be the first thing about you're thinking about because you're saying, you know, I'm gonna die. I might die in like 2 seconds, so I might as well
Just
have one
feel,
last quickie. Because
You know what? You might be right. You might be right. I
I
was
just
just being very
feel-
distracted.
I feel in real life that Nancy would definitely end up with Steve. Like Jonathan was like a moment in time that it went for a while, but I see Jonathan marrying like kind of an artsy California girl. And
Yeah.
like, let's just be real, like Nancy and Steve, they gel a little better in many ways.
Well, you
More
know what?
chemistry.
That was the thing that was bothering me about this season actually a little bit was because they were making it almost seem like the lesbo chick is kind of like bi now and like she's gonna get with Steve because they're like such good friends and Steve's the
Oh.
only one that understands her and like all this stuff and I'm like, are they playing the bi trope? Like she's just gonna like end up being like she's not a lesbian, she's a bi, and then they're gonna stick her with Steve or whatever. Because that would be fucking annoying. Like,
I don't think that'll happen. And I'll tell you why. Look, because they're cowards, right? They need her to stay a lesbian. They can't fold, right? They can't pull the card and say, oh no, she's bi. She actually likes guys too. Nope, they're too far in. They built up this whole lesbian thing, and they got to see it through now.
That I guess so. That's true. I don't think. Do you think they're brave enough to kill her off though? I don't know if they're brave.
It's gonna be 8 guys. We've picked it.
That's the only way they brought her back. I mean, I was like,
but if we had to choose 3, it's either Jonathan, the lesbian, or the random.
yeah, because I mean, like I knew they were gonna bring back 8 though, because it's like
I had a feeling.
Well, what are they gonna do with the season 2? It made no sense. You never heard from those people again. I was like, okay, they're gonna do something with that season now.
Okay,
like, they
really
have
quick,
to.
On this topic, remind me, because for some reason this is drawing a huge blank in my mind. That crew, right, in season 2, the X-Men, I called them.
Yeah, the X-Men.
When 11 met the X-Men, those other kids had powers too, right? Or was it just
Yes, they
8?
do.
No, it was just her.
Oh, was it just her? I
just
thought that
her?
was like
Okay.
2 other.
They were all just kind of thieves and misfits.
Okay, got
Oh, it was just her. Oh, okay. Because I was like, where'd those other kids go?
Because the only ones who survived Hawkins' lab, they explain Ada away in season 4. She had just somehow was able to escape before the massacred Hawkins' lab, and then you had 1 and 11, and then she was somewhere else. Every other kid in that experiment was done.
Right.
So here's a question, because someone asked me this and I didn't know how to answer it. Would you like a prequel where they actually kind of dive more into like these psychic kids, like where they found them and all this other shit? Or should it just all die?
I'm done.
Well, we actually know the answer to that. It all actually goes back to, Dr. Brennan's father was the first one who they in the Department of Energy discovered that place that Vecna was sent to. They discover it. Only Brennan's father comes back. He dies very shortly after because it altered his blood.
No, but we're talking about before Vecna was even sent to that place, because those kids were already with Brenner while Henry was still alive, while he was still like regular form. Right?
Yes, but
so
Henry,
where did those kids get their abilities from? You know?
Henry is number 1 though.
Henry's 1.
He's number 1. And
Sure.
Henry is actually the age of like Joyce and Hopper or somewhere in that age, because they show that he was in school with them.
Yeah.
But anyways, when he goes from the cave and he goes into that place too, his blood is altered. And when Brennan gets a hold of him, he takes his blood and injects it into Eleven's mom.
He's basically like the, what's it called?
Patient Zero.
Patient Zero. Yeah.
Right.
So they made like everybody else based on him. And then for some reason 11 became the most powerful one, and then he wanted to recruit 11 to be like, come be my queen. And she was like,
a little Vader. It was a little Vader, like, join me and we can take out the Emperor's father.
That was so Star Wars. That's
that was. Yeah. It's like Patient Zero. Exactly.
Join me and together we will
rule the galaxy. That's right.
I'll never join you.
So then, okay, can we make a date, you guys, to come back here and like review part 2 together?
Absolutely.
Maybe like,
do you want to do it the Sunday after Christmas? Just
we should do the Sunday, since it's gonna be like we need a couple days to watch it and like have more people watch it and everything. So let's do that. Let's meet back here. I guess December 27th. That would be right. Yeah. Or no, wait, December 28th.
Okay.
So we'll come back here December 28th and review part 2.
Yeah.
And we have over 500 people watching across all 3 platforms, you guys. So make sure you smash the like, share the stream, all that good stuff. Is there any final thoughts? I guess theories for other than people dying. Any other theories, Michelle, before we go for part 2?
Well, just we know that they're going to explore. We're going to get a lot more info on the Upside Down and its creation coming up. My only theory is what I already gave you, that it's gonna take, back to their line, it's going to take a 20 to beat Vecna. So it's going to be the 3 of them coming together ultimately.
Okay, so 3 of them come together, and then most likely 8 dying. Okay.
8 is the one who will die. You've heard it here, and I'm going to be fine with that, and I'm going to live a happy life with them.
I just need to see more fire and more like tactical
we're saying
shit.
all this, and it could easily just be Dustin. I mean, who knows? I mean. They might take out Dustin.
What if they take out the black kid? I mean, they gave him a fucking crowbar.
They're not gonna do that,
man.
You know what? That was a tease, right? That was a tease. Like, maybe we're gonna take out the black guy because we gave him a fucking crowbar instead of like an actual bladed weapon. That was a misdirect, right?
They can't do that because Max needs her happy ending too, guys.
Yeah, that was so freaking bad though. Like, just giving them that fucking crowbar. I'm like, they didn't even give him a fucking thing with a nail in it. Like, give him a board with a nail in it. Like, it's just like, here's a crowbar.
Fucking crowbar.
To go up against the Demigorgon. It's not even like military. It was so bad. Dante, any other theories before we go?
The only theory that I had going into this was, were they finally going to use Will? And I gotta say, I have liked Will so much better this season than I have any other season of the show. I think I like what they're doing with him. And as far as theories, man, I do feel like there's going to be this epic battle where the psychics are fighting Vecna. It's going to be Will doing his weird thing, and the other 2 psychic gals. I think it's going to be I think hopefully, if they're really trying to end this right and end this just on top, it has to be like all the budget has to go to that fight.
Yes.
Right? Whatever budget they got for this show, the chunk of it needs to go to that final fight with Vecna. And so I'm expecting an epic battle between the 4 of them.
It's gotta be. I mean, the 2 final episodes is going to be, it's gotta be huge.
One thing I also predict, since Will is in this weird version of himself now, I think he's going to use the Demogorgons to fight on his side. I think Will's going to have an army of Demogorgons that he's going to use.
Yeah, that might be, because that's very that's very D&D, because he is a sorcerer and he can control them. Like, that would be interesting if he does like a little control thing. See, I couldn't figure it out with Will, because when they started with they were planting it so that because they were saying like, oh, he can see through the eyes of the Demigorgon, right? So I was like, okay, if he can see them, does that mean he can control them? And then I like, because they're kind of going back and forth with, is he going to be corrupted like Will, like what's his name, like Henry, or is he going to stay Will? And I think that's the interesting part about it, because like you can't really tell, but like they have definitely planted the seeds that he is corrupted, like 'cause it's even since season 1, right? They're like saying like he's throwing up that things, like, so you're saying like, oh shit, this kid's gonna turn into something, like
But I
he's
think the difference between him and Henry, especially, is the fact that he has love for all these people, where Henry
Yes.
had no love.
right. That's the key,
Yeah.
right? Because I think that Henry was kind of like a psychopathic kid. Like he killed his family. Like before he was anything, he killed his own family. And in Will's case, Will's like a very nice kid that loves his mom and loves his friends, and they've always been there for him. They freaking risked their lives to come and rescue him, and like he knows all of that. So I think that that's definitely like the key thing with his character.
Well, because what do they show right before he goes full Vecna? They show the love he felt as a little boy from his brother,
Yeah,
his mother,
yeah.
meeting Mike, that friendship.
Mhm,
So he's doing
mhm.
the same thing 11 does. Anytime 11 uses her powers, she taps into all the good that has happened in her
Mhm.
life. Same thing with what helped Max get out of Vecna's trap in the Dear Billy episode. She began to
Mhm.
think of all the love that she had
Yeah.
experienced.
Oh, I love those kind of things. Like love will prevail. Can they actually pull this off, you guys? You think they can actually pull it off and have a
I
good ending? Like that we're not gonna be like, oh my God,
I am
he was
rooting for them
alive.
so hard. Like
I know.
I want them to succeed. Like I want this to end strong. I want this to be like considered one of the best shows on TV. I just want them to stick it, man. Like I feel this. I feel the way I felt when Breaking Bad was in its last
Right.
leg. I'm like, you guys got to end this strong, man. Please end it strong. And
That's
they
how
did.
yeah, that's how I feel a little bit though. Like, cause it was funny because you mentioned Breaking Bad. I saw it be compared to Game of Thrones a lot
Mm.
this week, and I was like, oh God, I really hope it doesn't have the same fate as Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones really, like, I mean, they went really good
And they
until they
dropped the ball
just
hard.
completely fucking fell
Yeah.
flat.
Two things on that. One, it's just not gonna go as bloody. I mean, they've even said that. We're not Game of Thrones. We're not killing that many people.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. But also, Finn Wolfhard, someone asked him about it, and he said when he read the script, he was nervous because he didn't want to be like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And he said when he read the script, he was like, "Oh, we're good. Like
Wow.
Oh yeah,
we're not Game of Thrones.
that's
It's not gonna be
sweet.
that."
There has been hints dropped. Like, I think I think Nancy said something like she's like, oh no, it wasn't Nancy, it was Max. Max said something like, I think we're gonna be really happy with the ending we get, like for her and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, she teased that she's not gonna die, obviously. Oh, this was a little tidbit that was funny. The Duffer
Oh,
brother
I
cast
love
their high
that.
school drama teacher in Stranger Things. This was their high school drama
That
teacher.
is hilarious, man.
That's
How
awesome.
cool is that?
That's
It's
really
really cool.
cool. I, these are the things that I really like about them, and like what Michelle was saying, like they clearly have a lot of love for this IP, and they've really kind of went all in with it, and
And
I
to some
really like
degree,
stuff like that.
they've really protected it, man. Like I feel
Mhm.
like everything is very like even down just to the actors, right? I feel like those kids
Mhm.
have been like protected, which is
Mhm.
weird to say about kids in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
But they're like off limits. No one fucked with those kids at all, you know? I feel like they've done a great job of protecting their script. They've done a
Mhm.
Yeah.
great job of kind of protecting their vision of what they want. So like this is the kind of show where, and it's funny because people love to say people in our circle just love to hate shit. No,
Yeah.
there are things we love, and believe me, when we love something, you will know, right?
Mhm.
Like
Oh, I'm ready to hate this show. I'm
No,
ready. I'm
Nina.
so
I'm gonna make
ready.
you love it. Verbal and I are here to love.
I
yeah,
know.
I
I'm saying
mean,
I'm ready to hate it if they drop the ball
sure,
on the fucking ending. I'm gonna be like,
understandable.
okay, I'm ready to hate because this is bullshit. Like they've taken way too long to finish this fucking show, so they better stick it.
But here's the thing:
Um,
if they stick it, all of that is forgiven.
Exactly.
All of that's forget.
Exactly.
If they stick this,
Exactly.
like for me, they can ask for whatever they want for their next show.
Um,
If I were Netflix,
this was kind of cute. The reveal for what was going to happen.
My God,
Really
I
didn't
was
know.
screaming and yelling in volume 1. I want to know what your reaction was when you read the script to see that your sister had been captured by the military and she's being used in the Upside Down. I mean, that must have been haunting for you to read.
I didn't know that she was coming back, so it was like when I read it, I was like, oh my God, Holly. Like, I don't know. It just felt like that storyline started and never actually got the closure it deserved.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. And I think what's really exciting about the next chapter and the next volume is that she's back for a reason, and it's pretty impactful.
My
She's
God.
back to
he's gonna
die,
die.
guys.
He's gonna
She's back
die.
He picked it. I'm gonna be so happy.
Michelle
if
got her
it ends
wish.
and she's the only one who died.
I think that's the reason they brought her back. They're like, we need to kill somebody off.
We're
And
gonna
it's gotta
Eddie
be
her.
somebody we
Let's
don't
do it.
like. It's gonna be somebody nobody
But even
likes.
Eddie, we had an emotional attachment to.
I cried when they
did.
killed Eddie.
I did not like that they killed Eddie. I was like, shoot,
It
he
was
was the
sad.
only character I like. Why didn't they kill off the lesbian? Nobody likes.
Nina does not like the lesbian folks.
I just can't stand her because she's annoying. Like it's like, dude,
She
can you
is.
do something other than be annoying?
You
Because
know what? I feel like they used her pretty. They used her better last season.
I
than they're
agree.
using her
I
now.
agree. They have used her better.
Because I
last
didn't hate her
season.
last season at all. I thought she was great, actually.
I think it was that speech for me. I was like, we get it, girl. Like, we
Yeah, the
get it.
speech was a bit much.
And also like the whole thing of them setting it up so that like, oh, she might be a bi or something because her and Steve might be a thing. It's like, oh no, I can't handle this her and Steve thing. Just stop it.
The only thing I don't think they are trying to set her up as bi because remember when she's doing the whole what is it, Dick, Tom, and Harry or whatever?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she's
yeah.
Like Dick, I don't like. Never mind.
I don't like Dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a whole thing.
I
with-
also feel like
with
that
Dick.
bit went on a little too long.
A little
It
too
did.
long.
It
Yeah,
did.
I agree.
Like a little bit would have been fine, but it went on way too long.
Yeah, there was a couple things where I was like, no. Where
It's
did
like,
where
we
did
get
you
it.
get
It's a
the
lesbian
spy
talking
thing?
about liking dick. We get it.
Where did you get the spy thing? I'm just saying the only way that they're setting it up is that Steve, because they're setting up a love triangle with Steve and the other guy, Jonathan,
And Nancy.
and what's her name, and Nancy. But they're also setting up this thing where the lesbian chick is only friends with like her best friend is Steve, and he's the only one that can understand her and like all this stuff. And I'm like, are they trying to say they're gonna end up together because that's
No.
stupid?
It's just because he knows her secret and accepts her.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's all it is. Like, I hope they're not gonna be like, oh, we're just gonna flip it, actually, guys. Oh, by the way, Will's gonna end up with that other guy too. It's like, oh no.
Also, Nancy just needs to accept Steve already said it in the van that she's been in a miserable relationship and she needs to go to my boy Steve.
I agree. I feel like that's already been spelled. She needed to have picked already. I'm sick of that whole thing. This
Well,
is
she's technically
interesting.
with Jonathan.
Yeah, I know. She needed to break up with that guy like long. It's over. So Ross Duffers and on why there were no major characters deaths in volume 1. Once we decided we knew we wanted to do the willpower stuff this season, we knew that that's how we had to end volume 1. So there's the low point of all the kids being taken, but the high point of Will and has his powers. That was always the discussion. Vecna taking these children was the low point we needed for the end of volume 1. So what's going to be the low point for volume 2? Because there's got to be one, right?
Well, I don't know if there has to. Well, just maybe them being kind of on the defeat, but not necessarily because we get 2 episodes. Let's see, we get 2 and 2, right? We get 2
Yeah.
for
think it's 3
Christmas
and
and
2,
2.
isn't it?
Or do we get 3 for Christmas and 1? Yes, I think Nina's right. We get 3 for Christmas and 1 for just the finale for.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're right. So we get 3. So we may not get any real low points in this because it could all be set up. I don't know. But there'll be some low point by the end of the.
Well, you
There's
also
gotta
got
be a
to
low
remember
point.
too. They have 4 episodes to wrap everything up.
Yeah.
right? So I don't think there's going to be any filler in this at all.
No.
No, I think it's gonna be 3, but there's gonna be the low point's gonna come at the very end where it's gonna
Okay.
be like, oh, it's gonna get resolved in the final 2 because it's gonna be like it's gonna be like the hero thing, right? Like it's gonna be
Yeah.
the Marvel thing that the heroes have to fall in order to get up and win the day. So
That's true.
this has to happen. It has not happened. It didn't happen in part 1. In part 1, where the team is getting assembled in part 1. So they're like, oh, now we got Elle and Will's got her power, and we got this chick, the 8. It's like,
But,
okay.
but also, I
You're
guess
right.
something we didn't talk about is the fact that, moving into the next chapter, the military got wiped out,
Yeah.
right?
That's true. Oh, by the way, shout out to my girl. She was there.
Oh, Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, Linda Hamilton.
Mhm.
Shout out. That was cool.
Sarah Connor, man, of course.
Sarah Connor. That was freaking awesome.
And when are they going to wake up and realize that Elle's not the problem? Like, they're still blaming Elle? Like, come
know.
on.
They were like, they're so stupid. Like the military people were so dumb. I was like,
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to have to deal with them, I guess, in the next half because they all got like wiped out.
unless the Russian people come through again.
True.
That might be also a thing, I guess. I don't know.
I hope not, because I think we've done a Russian story to death.
I hope so too.
They're not going to do the Russian thing.
No. Military getting wiped as usual. Well, I mean they had to. They had to go.
Do we think, and I hope they don't do this, but do we think that they're going to do a time jump in the final
In the
episode?
end, yeah, I think they're gonna do a time jump. That would be funny because if they do they do a proper time jump in the end, they can all act their actual age and be like, "Oh, it's the future now. We're all adults."
Where we had beards and shit. And
Yeah, we're like, Millie Bobby Brown has a baby, and she's like, "Oh, here's my baby." She's not a little girl anymore.
that would actually be kind of funny.
That would be kind of funny. Like they do like a little prologue in the end. They're happily ever
They're
after.
happy.
Like,
They better show us their happy ending. We better get a
Yeah.
jump, and I better get that
Yeah.
happy ending after 8 very sacrificially.
That'd be really cute if they find somewhere that has like waterfalls and like they're getting married or something, like Will and 11.
Well,
like,
they're going to show Robin and her wife together holding hands.
That's gonna be the wedding scene. Is the lesbian wedding, and they're gonna. Oh wait, no, you can't get married. in the
Will's
80s
going to be
yet.
there holding hands with his guy.
Oh no. Wait, who's gonna be gay with Will if it's not?
No one is going to be gay with Will. Like, that's why they might as well just not go there, because there's not a single gay guy in this group. Okay,
No.
there's just not.
No, they're all straight except for him.
Yes.
Did we not have any other like questionable characters that he could end up with?
No.
And you know what? Good, because that makes it too convenient, man. It's just
Yes.
he's just out there and gay, and he'll figure it out, Although the thing that makes this really messed up, and honestly, I hate to go there, but I'm about to. What makes this so messed up is they're making him a gay guy in the 80s, where like AIDS was just a thing, right? And no one
No.
So it's a weird thing. Like, do we want to make him gay in the 80s? Like that's
not a happy ending at all.
no.
Well, hopefully
that's a-
then he just can't find anybody for a long time.
Why are you gay?
Or he stays in the closet,
Yeah, he might have to stay in the closet after all. Oh, poor Will. He can't catch a break. It's like, I survived the upside down and now
have
I've
to deal
got
with AIDS.
AIDS. Like, God damn it. Okay, well, we have a date. We'll come back and talk more about part 2. I'm really happy you guys got here and
Yeah.
we talked about it. It was fun.
Yeah, so I
So-
was late, man, but
Oh no, it's okay.
Howard's
You made
wacky
it.
out here.
You made it for the bulk of it. Yeah, like you had your own upside down issues.
Exactly.
Almost gotten invaded by a demigorgon. That should
Yeah,
freak
without a
some out
crowbar.
now.
You had your
I didn't have a
crowbar.
crowbar.
Go get yourself a crowbar. Next time we do the stream, I better see you with a crowbar. Like here,
Just
my fucking
holding it-
crowbar.
Holding it over my back.
Right here. I'm ready to go. It's like like Blade. He's got
Yeah.
like he got the
With a crowbar.
That was so stupid. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching tonight. Michelle, before we go, tell everyone where to find you next and what you got
Yes,
going on.
well, thank you for having me. I've had a lot of fun, as you guys can tell. I'm a big fan. Yeah, you can find me, my sister, at Force Flight Entertainment. If you're a Stranger Things fan, definitely go check us out. Our short of them blocking it again, we should have our reaction to episode 4 coming out tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. So go check us out. We also have done fun things like Rambo lately. We've done a lot of good movies reactions. So go check us out. And yeah, hope you go over there.
Cryptic, the crowbar scene is when they're getting ready to go and like
It's
trap
episode
the
4.
demi. Yeah, when they're trapping the demi and they're all like handing out the weapons and the bad guy gets a crowbar.
No, it's
Goddamn
episode 3. I'm
crowbar.
sorry.
It was episode 3, I think. Yeah.
They literally want to kill the black guy first, man.
I was like, this is so stupid. Okay. Dante, tell everyone what you got going on and what you got coming up next.
Yes. VRL, guys, is finally back this Thursday at 5 p.m. PST. So you guys work out the time things. But I'm on Mountain Time, so it's gonna be 6 o'clock my time, but PST 5 o'clock, and then whatever else. Whatever else. So anyway, VRL's back, and you guys can catch me tomorrow. Wait, today's Sunday. Yeah, catch me tomorrow on Film Threat versus with Chris Gore, Alan Ing, and Wednesday I'll be here with George the Giant Slayer and probably Nina again.
Yeah, you're gonna be hanging out with me on Wednesday. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, date night.
And then Michelle is hanging out with me this Friday
Yeah.
for the episode 260 of Infinite Hope. We're gonna talk some good news. So come and hang out with me on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Eastern. And then Wednesday with Dante at 8 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be fun. And again, we have over 587 people watching across all 3 platforms. Make sure you guys smash the like. And before you go, drop a comment in the comments down below, because the YouTube algorithm likes to know that you guys actually enjoyed the show. They want to know, did you like it? Didn't like it? If it's like Stranger Things for you, just leave a thumbs up or thumbs down or whatever. Just let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, and tell us your theories about whatever is going to happen for the next part 2, part 3. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye everyone. Take care.